Hi, everybody. This is a little welcome video for English 389. That's Digital Creative Writing Workshop. My name is Robert. You should call me Robert if you feel comfortable doing so. Professor, Doctor, Professor Glick, they're all good, but informal's nice, Robert's nice. So in this video, I wanted to do two things. One is just to get you logistically started for this week. Right now, everything is ready for you to go. I know it's been a crazy summer. I'm hoping that I can make things as clear and easy for you as possible because you're sorting out a whole bunch of classes and logistical things. Some of you are in quarantine. It's all a big mess. So I'm hoping that I can just get you started in a nice, easy way. And then I want to talk a little bit about the class itself. All right. So just so you know, a couple things. When is the class? The class is a hybrid. It's split into two sections. Half of you will be coming in on Mondays only from 2:30 to 3:20. Half of you will be coming in on Wednesdays only from 2:30 to 3:20. On Friday, you'll have some deliverables due, and we'll have an optional but highly, highly recommended and useful synchronous session. Time to be developed, but we'll talk about that later. For those of you who come in on Wednesday, a reiteration that there is no class in person tomorrow. Do not come to class tomorrow. Tomorrow there is no class. So the first in-person sessions will be next Monday and next Wednesday. As far as things to do for this week, you've got a bunch of little things to do for Wednesday. They're not deliverables per se, they're all administrative and just getting ready for the class. For Friday, you're going to watch a couple videos and you will have a writing exercise due. So your first real deliverable will be due Friday at 2:30. In general, until we say otherwise, all deliverables will be due on Monday and Friday at 2:30 at the course time. All right, so let's get to the logistics a little bit. After this video, what I want you to do is start with the class schedule. The class schedule will have all of your to-dos for the entire semester up. Right now, I'm just showing you the first week to keep things simple. You can find the class schedule in my courses in content. And you'll see a document here called 389 schedule. If you open that up, and I'm going to look at my Word version here. On the second page, you're going to see for every day a checklist. I want you to do this in order because things accumulate on each other. So, for example, and for a given day, I expect that all of these things are completed by that day, by the time. So all of these things theoretically should be done by 2:30 on Wednesday. All of these things should be done by 2:30 on Friday. So once you see the schedule, you will have a clear sense of what needs to be done. I don't have to go into that in any more detail. All of your documents should be found on my courses. If you can't find something, you're going to want to make really good use of this clarifications discussion forum. I'll show you that in a second. That's where any administrative or logistical questions from you will come about. All right. If I head over to my courses, you're going to also see that every single thing on the to-do list is also in your calendar. And I'm using something you may not have used before, which is checklists. This is going to look a little bit different. Let's pretend I'm a student. I am a student of something. But we're going to use checklists a lot. Open up checklist week 1, and you're going to see the same exact things. What you're going to see here that you don't necessarily see in the schedule, because it's a Word doc, is links to various documents. So here's a link to the COVID Life document, which I can click on, and it will take you directly to the document. Let's head back to checklists real quick. Week 1. So I'm hoping that you can use this, and then once you check something off, it's done. It's easier for you to manage. Basically, what you're going to see here is you're going to read a bunch of preparation documents for the semester. I will call special attention to a couple things to do as soon as possible. One is fill out this introductory survey. This survey helps me. We're going to do a little bit of calendarifying, scheduling, but also gives me a sense of your technical skills. So that's there. And again, as I said, Friday, your first exercise is due, and I'll show you where to drop that in a little bit. A little bit on my courses real quick. This is going to be obvious to people who've used my courses, but maybe you all haven't. Any changes to things I will put in the announcements section, which is on the homepage, so you'll know that here as well. The calendar shows all your to-dos. You can click on these and that will take you to checklist. Your groups is where your groups stuff will be, and each group will have a locker to put stuff in and a discussion forum section. Assignments is your what used to be Dropbox for anything you need to turn in. That should all be pretty clear, I think. All right. So, lastly, I just want to show you the content section. Everything you need should be in here. And I've got it, internal documents for me, software applications, external articles on craft and writing. Feel free to go through this if you are up for it. But my pro tip for you is that you can search this, and it's actually a pretty decent search engine. So if I need to find something on grading, I can type in grading and get to the grading and info on deliverable folder or the grading rubric assignments document. All right, that's most of the logistics for now. The last piece of logistics is this. Every Friday, we are going to have a synchronous session. It is not mandatory because some people won't be able to make it. It is highly recommended because we're going to be talking about, sometimes we'll read a Twine story. Sometimes we'll be prepping some workshop things. Sometimes I'll just give a little impromptu lecture. Writing is tricky because everybody's working with different things and everybody has different challenges in their writing. So a lot of times I'll make a video or I'll want to talk about something that I see coming up in your stories. So this week, and I don't know if you can see this, but I will blow it up. This week we are having a synchronous office session from 12 o'clock to 1:30. I always in the class schedule show the link to it and the meeting ID in case you need it. What I'd like to do this Friday is it's an open house. I want you to come in, say hi, we'll do some icebreaker work. We'll talk about anything that hasn't been answered in the administrative stuff in the syllabus if you have any questions. And we'll talk about digital literature if we have time. Again, it is optional. You can dip in and dip out, but it is great and we're going to build community that way. Now, as for the time, 12 to 1:30, I'm not sure exactly what time our sessions will be, but in the survey I asked you about sometimes on Friday. I figured Friday during our class might be the most useful time because you've got that blocked off for the rest of the week. But we will figure out a time that the most people can attend. I will record all the sessions, so if you can't attend them, they are recorded for you. But put on your schedule right now, 12 o'clock on Friday, we will chat. All right, and again, this is on the schedule, and you can also find it as a checklist item. It's always the last one on Friday, and there is a link to the Zoom meeting right here. Okay, that is it for logistics. If you look at the syllabus, you will see that there is an epigraph by Alan Moore. This is a class that is very tricky because on the one hand, I want you to become a better writer, and you'll become a better writer. We'll do lots of writing exercises. And that is going to help you no matter what field you're in, whether it's technical documentation or emails or any kind of writing. But the truth is that in a digital creative writing workshop, we're using digital tools, and writing is different in different digital tools. What even it might be good or bad or useful or strong writing might be really different, right? When you think about a song, a ballad, that may not be good poetry, but it might be a great ballad. If you're writing a big giant novel with long sentences, that might be really hard to do on Twitter, right? The point there is that if you are writing a short story on Twitter, and really we can write literature in any form or medium we want. I have this obsession with writing fiction in GitHub. I almost said Grubhub. That would have been really weird. But can you imagine what fiction would look like in GitHub? Each piece of software or hardware offers different opportunities and different ways of looking at it that are going to change how you think as a writer. So in this class, what we're doing is not only becoming better writers, but thinking about how writing can exist in different forms and actually thinking like a digital writer. And that thinking like a digital writer may depend on the software. So that's the sort of twofold goal, is to combine writing skills with thinking critically and creatively about where literature can exist and what forms it can take. In other digital creative writing courses, we've made bots. We've written poems in Microsoft Excel. There's GitHub. You can do hypertext fiction. There's almost anything you can do. And we have to think in that application in order to think through writing. So this is really interesting stuff, and they're not always the same. It means that sometimes we're just going to be doing sort of pure writing exercises, like print writing exercises, and sometimes we'll be doing technical stuff because we also have to learn technical things. Coding is not required for this class, by the way. It will help, and you could use it, but you don't have to be a programmer for this class. All right, last little bit. This semester, we are focusing on one particular software application, and that's Twine. Some of you have probably used Twine before. It is an application, a browser-based application for interactive fiction. I'm interested in Twine for a couple reasons. Many of which are its interactive possibilities that are available to everybody without coding skills. But I'm also, part of our class is going to be, how can we push Twine as far as it can go? And for those of you who use Twine, you might say, well, you know, great, branching narratives, all we're going to do is write adventure stories like I read when I was a kid. I love those stories, but that's the smallest bit of what I think Twine can do. So by using Twine the whole semester, we're going to be able to really push the envelope of what a software application can do and how we can write in it, and we're going to make it accessible to everybody all at the same time. If you have laptops, and I ask this on your survey, please bring them in every week because most weeks will be Twine heavy. All right, that's the challenge that we'll get to starting in, we won't start working with Twine until week 2 or week 3. This first week is just introductions, and we'll talk a little bit more about the class in general. That should be an overview. I will point you to something that is super important, which is this. Logistical questions or administrative questions all go to the discussion forum clarification questions. Why? 2 reasons. 1, it gives me a single place to get all your clarification questions, and it's okay to ask a bunch. Anything that is not clear will be also maybe not clear to somebody else. The second reason is that once I answer it there, everybody can see the answer to it. So my recommendation is that you get notifications on this. You subscribe to this forum so you get notifications. I also have a craft forum, which will be for any questions about the writing of craft, and a technical questions forum for Twine questions or coding questions that anybody can answer these, but it's a single place for all this to happen. So any questions you have based on something you read in the schedule or a syllabus or something being confusing or something missing, go to the clarification questions section. So once again, schedule, start there, start work on the administrative stuff for Wednesday, and I will see you in Zoom person virtually Friday at noon. All right, have a good day.